And you're going to see him move around quite a bit, trying to manufacture ways to get him the football.
Over the middle, there's Parham. It's stuck right between the 8 and the 9, and this time the tight end hung on to get the Chargers a first down. 2nd and 7. Herbert, first down across the 40-yard line. 3rd and short, trying the left side, bouncing off contact, and Eckler down the sideline, chugging inside the 20, and yanked down shy of the 10.
In a ruckus environment.
3rd and 5. Herbert looking, pumps to the sideline, juggled and dropped by Keenan Allen. Just 2 misses in his young career, and he puts this one through.
Perfect timing.
On 2nd down, the handoff to Jaden Reed. He's got tremendous speed, and Reed with a first down.
Recognizes you, give him the on or off signal from the receiver position.
So now 3rd and 8. Love checks it down. Open across is Dillon. Dillon with a first down into Charger territory.
Whitetail.
Here's Reed. And Reed with speed. And Reed got a block and a touchdown. Luke Musgrave opened the door, leading to Reed's Lambeau leap and a Packer lead.
Well, watch, Asante Samuel Jr. has got to link up with him. That's his matchup all the way. It's like being in the airport, man. You got to keep an eye on your luggage. He takes a bad angle there, gets collected, and there goes Reed down the field. But did you see 18, Malik Heath throwing a block down the field? I mean, that's the scoring block you need. That's going to go on the teach tape for Matt LaFleur to remind these young receivers, you want to spring some of these big explosive plays.
4-man rush. Herbert steps away from pressure. He's going to run. Justin Herbert on a diagonal to the sidelines, out of bounds at the 30.
Keenan Allen on some of these option routes.
Allen in motion towards the top of the screen to go over the middle, and a diving catch by Alex Erickson. Trying to stay in the hunt to the AFC playoff picture. Herbert over the middle, wide open at the 30-yard line. Is Stone Smart, and Smart on the run, all the way in for the touchdown. His first career NFL touchdown, and it gives the Chargers a lead.
Both sides, I mean, both corner routes are going to be wide open, and the motion kind of screwed up their alignment and responsibilities and left 2 wide open corner routes, one to Smart and one to Johnson.
Now 2nd and 15. Reed in motion again. Love, backside pressure, able to step away. Love will throw across his body, wide open at the 30-yard line. On the run is Wicks.
And no second guessing.
Handoff to Aaron Jones, breaks a tackle. Jones out to midfield and a flag down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 98. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
3rd and 15 now for the Packers. Bobble snap, trouble for Love. Got up and just tried to make something out of it after picking it up. This would match his NFL high. The snap is down. The kick is wide to the right. No good.
He goes with a draw or something.
4-man rush. Herbert to the sideline. Tough catch for Quentin Johnston, and he's out of bounds. 3rd and 12. 5-man pressure. Love open over the middle. It's Reed and a first down.
In combined starts, that's awfully young.
Swing to Reed. Reed looking for a little room, and he's just caught at the 25-yard line. Oh, if Eric Kendricks doesn't get him around the waist, Reed's leaping for the 2nd time today.
A tie game into halftime.
Reed the motion man. He'll throw it short to Wilson. Wilson up the sideline. First down, and then out of bounds. Now Watson hasn't even been targeted today. He's in the slot to the bottom of the screen. Love looking for Watson, and the pass is incomplete. Or did he make the catch? They're going to say he made the catch, and he's out of bounds at the 1. And this game is knotted at 10 with 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Position at this point, and a knee taken as halftime has arrived.
In the secondary, and for good reason.
Herbert off the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Looking downfield, nobody open. There's Keenan Allen, comes back to get it, and Allen getting started early with a 9-yard pickup. Erickson in motion on second down. Oh, big hole. Eckler blasting through it. And an ankle tackle trips him up at the 45-yard line. 56 yards rushing now for Eckler. Herbert sprints it out to Johnston. Johnston with a first down inside the Packer 40. Herbert, pressure comes, able to get away. Justin Herbert on the run, up the middle. Justin Herbert, elusive in the secondary, and Herbert all the way down.
And trying to free him up.
Herbert with protection, and it's dropped at the goal line. It hit Keenan Allen right in the chest. Talked about it earlier. It's the second best offense in the National Football League, scoring touchdowns in the red zone. 3rd and long for the Packers. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Chargers rush 5. Love throws for the sideline, and a diving catch made by Luke Musgrave. 1st and 10 for the Packers at their own 48, trailing by 3. Love finds Christian Watson. First catch of the day for Watson. That's Watson in motion. Off the play action. Musgrave back out on the field and upended. 3rd down and 6. Love back pedals, and he's sacked. Khalil Mack with his 10th sack of the year, and that'll knock the Packers all the way out of field goal range.
And Josh Kelly can't go anywhere.
And 3rd down. Herbert to the air. Allen with a catch, but he's short of the first down. They'll start from the 30-yard line on first down. 2 running backs down. A.J. Dillon, the last man standing. Love will throw on first down. Wide open over the middle at midfield is Dontavian Wicks, and he takes it all the way down.
And you can really feel that, the conservative play before half.
On second down, up the sideline goes Tucker Kraft. Kraft still going, leaping, toe tapping, and in.
Kenneth Walker, let's see if he gets out of bounds.
Still good there. What about after the leap?
Oh yeah, left foot.
And the expedited review.
Oh.
Motion across from Wicks. Love.
Watson.
Open. Watson got it. Touchdown, Packers. It's second touchdown of the year, Mark.
Well, he's going to run all the way across the field. They're going to hold down the opposite side with Kraft over there, with Sims, and pull that coverage down. It's his job to race to that back pylon, and Jordan Love is just waiting. I thought he did an excellent job with his eyes of not looking back and losing Watson, but rather allowing him to get into his vision. He's got the speed, and he sure uses it.
And the extra point is no good, and it remains a 3-point game in Green Bay. From their own 25-yard line on first down and 10, Justin Herbert off the play fake. Lots of time to throw over the middle. Keenan Allen wide open and on the run. Allen a hesitation and a stumble across the 40-yard line. Chargers down 3. Herbert flushed. Throws on the run, open on the sideline. What a foot plant by Donald Parham. From the 16. Herbert looking over the middle. Parham with the grab at the 5. Breaking tackles and is down to the 2. Nick Vannett in motion, and falling down is Eckler. The ball popping out loose on the turf at the 5-yard line. Packers think they have it. That ball bounced twice. Who comes up with it at the bottom of the pile? Green Bay does. Love with pressure in his face, and as he was about to get hit, that ball sprays wide. And now 3rd and 8. Herbert over the middle. It is caught by his tight end Parham, and Parham with a first down to the Packer 49. Empty backfield, first down and 10, 9:40 to play. Herbert looking, sideline. Allen with the catch. Allen, like he was on a leash. So First down and 20 after the penalty. Just the second Charger penalty of the afternoon. Into the sideline, Keenan Allen. Second down and 3. Herbert, pressure again from Clark, able to get away on the run. Herbert, first down and out of bounds. Second down and 10. Herbert pumps, he's going to run again. Justin Herbert. Takes some punishment at the end of that run, but he gets 10 more.
I love that he saved space for the quarterback, but that was a big-time hit.
Herbert, pressure in his face, throws.
Oh, get out of here.
Keenan Allen's got it for a Charger touchdown. And Los Angeles takes the lead with 5:24 to play.
Got to get Keenan Allen in motion, and then he's going to run this little post across your screen and get into the void. Oh, my God. And those are the kind of highlight plays that they need for this defense to really unlock its potential.
Third down and 20. Love over the middle, incomplete. He wanted Dontavian Wicks, and there's the flag. Asante Samuel on the coverage.
Yeah, Asante Samuel, he's going to grab him.
Interference. Defense, number 26. That ball placed at spot of the foul.
Second down and 10. Here's Love. Finds Wicks, who bounces off contact. Wicks with a first down and more, trying to turn on the speed and the ankle tackle. At the 25, Eric Kendricks saving the day for the Chargers for the moment. The longest active streak in the NFL. Is that about to end? Floating it for the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Romeo Doubs and the Packers vault back on top with 2:33 to go. Career receiving touchdown as Love goes over 300 yards for the first time in his career.
Oh, man, that's pretty. Right before the swat. You see that? If you wait for that ball gets swatted away, and it's just another ho-hum. Could have been a touchdown. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And I know Packers fans are tired of that.
6-play, 75-yard drive engineered by Jordan Love. Took 2:51 off the clock. Third and 10. Herbert, pressure, in trouble. Herbert goes down. Close games that you saw. 3rd and 6. Does Love throw on 3rd down? He does not. To give to Dillon. He'll get a yard, maybe 2, and that'll be the final timeout used by Brandon Staley. And the crowd grumbling a little bit.
On the outside.
First down. Herbert on the roll, throws it short. Eckler the catch, and Eckler out of bounds. 3rd and 8, and incomplete, and there's the flag. Keyshawn Nixon defending against Keenan Allen. He had a hold.
Pass interference. Defense, number 36. Ball he placed at spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
3rd down. Herbert looking.
There's the pump.
Johnston can't pull it in. It hit him in the hands at the 35 of Green Bay. Chargers down 3. No timeouts. 23 seconds to go. And movement up front. And it's going to be offsides against the Packers. Rashawn Gary.
Offside. Number 52, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
4-man rush. Herbert batted down, deflected away. Packers are going to win it. Kenny Clark as Jordan Love and the Packers take the final knee. 3 points or less and a 23-20 Green Bay win.
And those are the kind of situations Matt LaFleur wants to get his guys involved in, with these youngsters learning how to win and steal games at the end like that.